What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with a special one this time. Indeed, a big friend of the channel, Joseph, had sent me some materials several months back, and because of how many different deep dives I'm going through, I've been waiting to begin going through the compilation he sent me. But we're going to start going through his Rare Mixes 12 inches, which is to say these are 12-inch remixes of tracks by other artists, or maybe by the same artist. He gave a key, a little legend for each one, so he did mention in this legend, hello Luca, that the first one would be, and I quote, a tip of the hat to me, to Matt, so I expect it to have a bit of a club flavor. Indeed, it says it's a classic club track, so I'm not familiar with the original artist, which is Chaz Jankel, I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. I did happen to look up online that the original is from 1981. This remix seems to be from 1982, so it came a year later. And yeah, also, Joseph did send me a DVD that eventually, at some point, probably a little farther down the line, I'm going to do a watch-along for. It's called Slaves to the Rhythm. It seems to be a celebration of Trevor Horn and his 25th year working in music and composition and so on. It's from back in 2004, and the artists that were brought in to help celebrate include, I'm not listing them all here, but include Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Grace Jones, ABC, Pet Shop Boys, Art of Noise, Propaganda, Yes, Tattoo. So yeah, quite a few artists spanning a couple different decades, or even a few different decades. So yeah, we'll go through that eventually, but in the meantime, we will listen to some of these 12-inch mixes. So yeah, the track is called Glad to Know You. I don't know much else about it other than, again, it originally comes from 81 and this remix is from 82, so let's hear it. This is the 12-inch remix of Chaz Jankel, not sure, and the track Glad to Know You. Deep and dirty bass.
We rest in peace and talk and stroll, a very precious said knife and fork to sausage roll, it's picky in the middle. And thus it seems come rain or shine, the pageant still unfolds. Said the piker on the anger's line, I wish that I'd been told.
Sequence is crazy. It's very funny. So my presumption is that's sonically very similar to the original, maybe just longer, extended, maybe a couple of those moments where it was sort of cycling through some of the rhythmic sonics are interludes that aren't included in the single cut or the radio track or just the album track. It's funny, going into it I thought maybe there's a chance I would know this. Now again, in 1981 I was 0/1 year old, so I would not likely have heard it or remembered it from the time. But again, a lot of tunes, including Depeche Mode's debut album, which was 1981, I heard over the coming years because I had an older brother and an older sister who were listening to a lot of radio music in the 80s and began to pick up things through them. But this isn't one that came back to me, even though I thought it might. Ultimately, I do love that organ. I love those really rapid rolling hi-hats. I enjoy the overall danceability of it. Definitely see how this is something that would get people moving on an 80s dance club dance floor. But at the same time, yeah, I didn't recall it from hearing it in the 80s. And yeah, the organ perhaps stood out more than anything else. As I said, that sequence of phrases, glad to know you, you're very welcome, or what was, it was the nice to meet you, I think was the third one. So they're all greetings, or what's the right word? Common expressions of social interaction. And so they're expressions that you use more generically when indeed you're meeting someone or saying you're welcome after they thank you, but there could be some snark and some bite to it. If you were upset with someone, it's like, yeah, glad to know you, you're very welcome, nice to meet you. Like, it feels like they're the kind of expressions you could use sarcastically or with a bit of disdain. So I wonder if the context of the track might reveal that they're not as straightforward as they sound. Generally speaking, the voice was very high. I don't know if any of the singing qualified as falsetto per se, maybe it did, but certainly in the higher range. I don't know if there are other singers in the music from Chaz Jankel, I'm not sure, or whether generally speaking you only hear the one voice, which I assume that's a male. Most of what I heard there was a male. I do believe there were like backing female vocals, but I guess what I'm wondering is if those are sort of one-off for this track, or if he does typically have backup singers. In any case, a cool remix. I enjoy the sonics and the, I guess not so much an 80s sound. It almost had a bit more of a late 70s sound to me, which, again, 81, it's going to sound a lot more similar to, 79 or 78 than it will to something from 88 or 89. But at the same time, as I said, it gave me a bit of a late 70s feel. I will say a couple of the other remixes on this compilation draw my eye right away, including a remix of the Pet Shop Boys' How Can You Expect to Be Taken Seriously, which I have already reacted to the original, and it's the Brothers in Rhythm mix. Friend of the channel Izzy, when I commented about this compilation, was saying, ooh, Brothers in Rhythm, they've done some cool remixes here and there. Also, there's a Shep Pettibone mix. Again, Izzy is a big fan of Pettibone, so... and it's actually of an Elton John tune. I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That, so I'm not really familiar with Elton John's work. I know how massive he is in musical history, but I just don't really know his catalog, and I don't know that tune specifically, but as I said, there's some cool stuff on here. A remix of a Talk Talk track, a remix of a Beloved track, so yeah, looking forward to them, of an Erasure track, a Madonna track, so it'll be cool to go through this. Once again, shout out to Joseph for sending not only the material, but some notes just to have a little bit to comment on, given that I may be unfamiliar with a lot of this. So thank you again. Luca is also very appreciative. We'll see what she does when I get up. She's going to return to the floor, like the floor monster she is. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.